One way or another, folks, it all ends here on Inferno. Clock has struck midnight, and so I'm going to have to be a little quieter here, John, as I'd wager you might have to as well. Because there are people sleeping in the world. Not us. Counter-Strike never sleeps, and nor do we.
Well,
Nor do ATK or EG. And fittingly, they're trying to qualify for a tournament that starts about 12 hours shifted. I think it's actually 14 hours shifted to Melbourne. So
yeah, that's right.
they're just playing on a Melbourne time frame right now.
I guess so.
I guess so indeed. Rex playing with a headshot time frame. And this setup does trip quite nicely. They want to fight in towards mid as opposed to dealing with the bout players. That's a Ripper wreck. Okay. Wreck the Ripper, but Walco activates late, and Swisher was wise to his antics. A man advantage for ATK. They can't stop the bomb going down. But can they win the round? That's the key piece. Swisher has utility to clear out the pit. But they fight into him. That's a great read from George. And now the pit gets activated. Love that bit of micro from George. Tough fight for Mistim to try and bring this one back. He needs headshots, and he's not going to find them.
Wow.
So the whole idea there from George is he knows if there's utility, it's coming up short to keep his pit player safe. You face knowing that Swisher's coming from that direction. That is a very clever move. Taking the initiative instead of letting the retake develop. I love it.
And George does too, as he gets his team the 1-0 lead here on Inferno, a map that's been very back and forth between these two teams in most of the matches that they play. But if you look at just those 2 times they faced off against each other, it has been ATK winning it. Oh, excuse me, only one time. It was one time. It's getting late. 22-20, though, went to double OT last time they faced off on this one. So we'll see if we get a similar affair, but different circumstances. I believe it's a little later into the night this time for them. We'll see if that has an impact. But
What's the star chart say? Was Mercury in retrograde?
yeah, Mercury's in retrograde, so I think that means that ATK will end up losing here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're Sun in Leo rising. I'm making this all up. Good to know. Good to know.
That's completely not true, by the way. So just in case you guys think we're making some sort of sense here, we're not.
I'm making a lot of sense, John. Stop making sense. Oh, missed him. They're all around him. They're all around him. He's found the bomb. No one can see anybody, but somehow he can see the path forward, and Swisher can see kill after kill coming his way. Chaos, madness, a player all the way around towards coffins, but look at the remaining health. And DJ through the smoke. They are the soothsayers. They are seeing beyond the veil at this point, and Hex, he's going to try and tuck himself back into a bit of cover, but it's only to delay the inevitable. They have opened their third eye and seen the 4-spy. Victory is theirs. Are you familiar, John,
pulled that one off? Yes.
with a ballad of our era by one strange Al Yankovic? It's That's Your Horoscope for Today. I think it may just be called Horoscope.
I'm not sure if I've heard that one, actually.
Add it to the playlist. Give it a listen. It's a good one. Would recommend to everyone in chat right now, everyone watching this. If you've never heard the song, give it a listen. It is a veritable bop, dare I say. A banger.
Bowden needs a banger here.
Oh,
and he's not going
he
to
gets
find
one.
it. In fact, it goes the other way. Rush going to get the headshot. And now Walco's picked up the Galil. Look at them go. It's the pistols again, but this time it's EG, and Walco drops DJ. It's all EG onto this A-site. Rec has to battle from 3 different directions, and he just gets overloaded. Swisher, last one standing, and he's probably just going to try and save at this point. Oh my goodness.
What a rallying cry from EG. When in doubt, force it out. That's a philosophy here, the prevailing wisdom, and it works out. I mean, what a time to do it, right? Maybe they delay it by a round. Maybe there's a little bit more money for ATK to muster something in the next, but it's likely to be a full investment from them, as it'll be a double eco for most of their players, and not exactly an appetizing prospect.
No, not at all.
Swisher keep this gun alive. They're hunting.
I don't think so.
They're close. They're close. He's just giving them the slip now. Hex coming his way. Hex dead. It should be fine. Should be fine, especially if you kill another.
Oof. Didn't
So
think
the
he'd be
A1S
able
lives.
to hang on to that, but he does prove me wrong, and I mean, good for him as he keeps that A1S up and running. EG have pulled it back. Second round picked up. It should be a decent force buy for ATK, and it absolutely is.
Yeah.
An A1S, 2 A4s, and a couple of 5.7s, I have to imagine. Oh, no, but wants to go with the Deagle. Okay. On the other end, it's not exactly great either. 4 Galils, full util though, and 1 AK. Still a chance for ATK to come back into this one. That is not going to help, though, as Swisher goes down to 17 HP and has to immediately fall off here. Great little opening fight from Hext.
I don't even think that was the nades. I think that was just a think.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Uchi mama. Swisher left reeling, and he is rotating as a result. Looked out down in here. Mistum's going to try and exert some influence, but utility was the big limiter in this round. They opted for rifles instead. They don't have a lot of nades to fight with, and as EG detect no further nadage towards B, it's gonna be the temptation to maybe just go towards that site, but right now they want brackets control. This is what EG do. This is the tried and true. Establish top banana, then go brackets, and right now, that might be a problem. Rush finds the first, but 2 bodies are now dropped. 2 rifles found, and they really want to continue to take this space. They have no information, and they're just losing casualties left, right, and center. Now there's still a player in Boiler. They still need to bring this frag back, and there's the chase. The bomb dropped. It's chaos. It's disorder. We're going again. The force buys just keep winning, and so no order can be installed. It's chaos and pandemonium all the way down, John.
What did I tell you, Mike? What did I tell you? Back and forth, these teams went in the past, and it seems to be happening again here. Only this time, it's the third and decisive map, and not the first map that they're playing in the series. Obviously, whoever loses is still in this closed qualifier. They'll still have a chance, but they won't get that bit of rest at the beginning of the day tomorrow that the team that wins here will find, because they just have to play the last match of the night. They'll already be in that grand final. Tied up 2-2. Force buy, inevitable from Evil Geniuses. They are going to continue fighting forward. There's no question asked here. Be able to get a couple of AKs, very similar to the force buy that ATK had in the previous round, and they're actually going to call a timeout.
Timeout in the force buy wars seems rather cogent, rather disciplined, rather safe. Dare I say boring, John? Rather boring. Let's get weird. Let's get mad.
Let's get crazy.
Let's get crazy. When John's saying it, you know it must be true. What's the terrible meme? When the devil shudders when the nice guy loses his temper.
That's
like
a meme?
Yeah, it's I'll find it for you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Someone probably made it seriously once, but it is hilarious in multiple contexts. So it's like sanity shudders when the sane guy loses his mental.
Oh my god.
Although I've played matchmaking with you, John, and you
Yes.
snap a little quicker than one might expect.
No, wait, whoa, okay. That was one time, all right? And that's just when we were on LAN. And I was not in an ideal situation. Did not have the best monitor.
Guys, this
okay?
monitor's ghosting.
Let's be clear.
There's screen tear. Desk
It
pounds.
was bad. It was
rough out
bad.
there.
Okay, we got to play together a little more here, because I think that's the only time you've ever played with me in competitive.
No, I played with you. We played some wingmans. We
matchmaking?
played some MMs. I think we have. When we've
Okay,
had
okay.
particularly beastly delays. I'll just always remember our time at Inferno Online, John. That nade, timely. Oh my goodness,
nice nade.
that nade. Ooh, that's like a rock through a window, shattering.
And the shards connecting on everyone in its wake. 35 seconds left. EG do have the space gained arc side. Bowden's going to toss a Molotov right in front of them, so that'll delay them even further. ATK trying to finally end these forced by wars. DJ gets one, Bowden gets another. Rex swinging around. He gets dinked by Walco, and then Junior finds one, but it's all over now as DJ and Bowden find 3 combined and a 3rd round picked up for ATK. The forced by wars come to a shuddering halt.
MVP Spray once again. His performance on Mirage, not good enough to win them the map, but he did have an MVP level pause to start a rally of rounds for ATK. This time he pulls the pause, and they win against a force buy, as if such a thing were possible. Such dark magic, winning your gun rounds. Madness. Truly. Comfortable too. I mean, look at the money that's built up early on. Yeah, yeet down mid is a heck of a way to get going with that. All right, Madness was only there for a second. We're right back to the weird. That's the bomb. That's the bomb. What is happening?
Jesus,
Call Swisher a Ninja Turtle because he's winning in the sewers, in the underpass, in the dark places of the map.
Chaos is the word of the day, it seems, or the word of the map. Because both teams are just going at it toe-to-toe. ATK, more often than not, are the ones that are the aggressors, because EG like that slower style of play here on Inferno. But man, that was pandemonium. ATK did not want to wait for EG to come to them with those pistols. I doubt they're going to continue doing that, though. That would be insane. Going for that type of aggression, especially with EG having the rifles this time. Missed him bunny hopping around there over the half wall, looking for that info. He's got it, and a flashbang. Hex could nade him down to about half health here, and no, the nade does not connect at all, only for 4 HP of damage, and then Hex eats the nade for half health.
Quite a fight. Missed him, going for another look. That may have been a bit of an overextension. DJ lost in the bedroom as well. At least one's brought back to bear, but pressure on for this ATK side. And Wreck is making a ton of noise here in Abs. He just wants the peek. He wants the fight. Really? I think this is being held by George, but they're not expecting to play sandbags. It's Swisher. Oh, Swisher. Swisher. Oh, he's been so incredible this evening, and he just keeps it rolling. 3 kills there, 10 and 2 to this point, and George all on his lonesome with nothing to show for it, trying to find a fight, but as they realize there's no one left on Banana and clear the angles, they'll be well prepared for his approach.
Yeah, I think they might have heard him too. He made a lot of noise going through CT, and now they're 2 players watching towards the B site. Smoke has been tossed down to the ground. Odds are very slim for George to pull this one off. 18 seconds now. We're going to hear that util and see it as well. Comes on through and goes on down. Bowden finds himself his 6th frag of this half. 5-2 for ATK, who have 3 in a row now.
Look at the cash. Look at the cash that they can splash. 2 players above 9K before the investment in the utility here. Swisher will drop a gun over, so it'll be a little more evenly distributed. After all, money, like manure, only works if you spread it around. The ATK with a nice lead here. 3 up ahead. Pistols. Limited in them. 2 players without armor to boot. And some deep control here has missed him. He's feeling like chopping some firewood.
Yeah, ATK really don't want to give EG that room to maneuver. And I like the decision, because that really puts EG out of their comfort zone.
This one wants to keep going. There's a player T ramp, though. That's maybe an overextension. Smoke.
System has no reason to move from this spot.
No, really not. Especially as arch control's being lost. This is getting a little spicy. The bomb's segmented by that Molotov. They can fight back through from the pit players, but the trick is to avoid being isolated. They actually left Missum top banana and then brought Swisher over to reinforce this because this is where the fight's actually happening. Molotov is timely. Kills are good, and it's clean as a whistle for ATK.
Phenomenal for ATK. Bowden's at 12K in terms of cash. Rec was above 10, but he bought down to get that utility, and it's just fantastic for ATK up to this point. 4-round lead. The economy's there. Everything's going their way. So ever since they won those Forest Buy Wars, Evil Geniuses haven't had much.
Spray, pause, MVP.
Yep, that's the one.
And they're collecting chickens in spawn. Those poor chickens in a panic. Those poor chickens in an absolute panic. So, they are the economy bourgeoisie right now, but as we've seen many a time before, that CT eco can crumble before your eyes. Just better if you need Hex down to 60 right off the rip. And this utility damage has been punishing, to say the least.
He continues to catch nades in the teeth. That is the second time in a row that he's been naded down to about the half health mark. So here comes EG going for something a little faster here. Unorthodox for them, but they're going to try and charge in, walking through a Molotov Hex. He's going to go down potentially here. Bowden gets rushed.
Lethal.
George gets the trade, but this is to the advantage of ATK. And look at this. The bodies are dropping. Hex is alive with 7 HP, limping along here behind the smoke, hoping to catch Rec off guard. And he could.
Could do.
I don't know he's here.
Rec has an inkling, and now he'll know. He knew something was weird with those smokes. There's a player unaccounted for. Now it's all onto Junior. He's been quiet so far. T-side opping on Inferno is a different ball game than the last couple he's had. Mirage, Overpass, Playgrounds. Inferno, nightmare.
I mean, he was their top frag on Inferno last time. Had 36 frags, and he looked very comfortable on T-side, but ATK are really stifling them.
6? That's a big number.
Sorry?
36 on
Yes.
Inferno? How many rounds that go?
That, well, went to double overtime, right?
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Then he's got plenty of time if they're going to go to double overtime, John.
Yeah.
Thanks for cursing us with that.
Of
Shout
course.
outs.
That's
The
what I'm here
JRT
for.
effect. Whoa. Kill on. Up. Living. Ooh, nice shot on Junior. DJ trying to offset the aim. Unable to do so. But ATK continue to climb here. It's been what?
They're looking good.
I think 6 rounds in a row now.
Yeah,
Right.
it is 6 rounds in a row. That's
They
right.
won their
'cause
force
it was,
buy, and then they just
it was
kept
1
going?
to 2, and then, yep, that's right. Alrighty. Well, not much of a buy in this round around the op. Just the pistols and a bit of util. Junior. Where is he located? He's over at alt mid. So probably going to just try and post up on an angle at top of mid here. Go for the best. Oh, Walko's burning to a crisp. Almost in that Molotov. Missed him. Finishes him off with the bullets. Now EG going for another quick hit. Bowden gets one. Bowden peeks for a second. He goes down, but it's only rush left, and that's the round. Good setup for ATK. EG didn't have much coming into it. The op does nothing, and then they pick up another op, so they're going to go for 2 of them here into this round, Mike.
They do like to play the double up. I think that may have been a wee smidge of a blunder, but they do like to play the double up on Inferno a time or two. Swisher picking up the secondary, very capable with it. And it's a different look, right? And in a sustained fight and a long-term engagement, changing up the look round to round can be a great way to keep EG guessing. So whatever they're going to try and do, they may not be expecting that secondary op to come down on them on banana. That's exactly what's going to be. Walker's up close by the half wall. They've avoided the utility damage this time. They haven't just been annihilated on first phase. Actually, a tick back the other way. The flashbang is good. Missed him as a dead man. Tried to swing off of it. Tried to offset Walker, but he expected it. He was ready. And now we get an interesting scenario. George potentially challenged Bowden Master, but on that kind of a swing, the ping's going to be a nightmare. Peek back in from Swish. Ooh, he spots it. Now they know. Now they know there's an op here. Bowden gets the best of George. And so it's this pressure on the B that EG really need to work. Do they just go through this smoke? Do they just keep that pressure ratcheted up? Or do they give time enough for ATK to clear out some space here mid and realize exactly where this hit is coming? Here comes the exact. They don't want to allow too much time off that clock. Good damage. Oh, good deep play, Swish. Yeesh, Louise, you can't keep this man off a corner. Can't keep this man off a fight. Bomb planted. That at least available to them.
They're going to flash DJ out probably here. Oh, no.
Stuck back. Wreck, though, clears out Banana. Now they're very comfortable going into this retake. There's very little that can be done, and bodies are dropping bit by bit by bit. Rush gets one, but the trade, instantaneous, decisive action coming through from ATK in round after round, and that's 9 on the board.
Yeah, and after the opening frag found for EG, usually they're able to capitalize in those situations, but no. Swish makes the adjustment, goes for the peek, can't hit the shot, but he backs off, and his patience is rewarded with a couple of frags, and the retake was just fantastic. They used the flashbang actually to support the Banana player in Rec, who manages to get that frag, and then they charge on in. All the forces are pushed on forward to try and get that bomb site back, and they find it. Timeout going to be called here by EG. You kind of have to. Second timeout, I believe. Oh, actually, no, only first. It was ATK before that. But yeah, down by 7 rounds. They need to talk things over. And something you're seeing, of course, in EG is very uncharacteristic of them. Twice here in this first half, they've gone for pushes, quick executes in the first 45, 50 seconds of the round. Usually they're waiting, rotating back and forth, playing the mind games. So, yeah, a little bit uncomfortable with that style, I would say.
I think the issue is that ATK's done such a good job of limiting their options, right? Normally what EG like to do is they like to take top banana control, and they like to take brackets control, and then they like to pick. But right now, I mean, ATK, as soon as EG get any of that control towards B, well, they lose their lurk in apartments, and then they can't comfortably rotate back, so they're sort of forced into a decision early on. And ATK taking the initiative in those early fights, rebuffing them on the initial phase, finding the casualties early on, it's really limiting that slow, methodical style that EG like to play and forcing them into action.
Yep, and they don't like to do that. It's not a comfortable space for them.
Do they know there's a gap in the smoke?
I'm not sure about that. Well, it's gone now, so it doesn't matter.
I'll have to re-smoke it regardless. Molotov in to make life difficult. Counter Molly out. Just to slow this up. Rush is stuck. He wants the fight, and he does not have the victory there. So Bodenmaster, good to push them back on first brush. But the utility is very limited here, actually. Already off the rip for ATK on B. They've dropped a lot of their nades early, and so they're going to withdraw. ATK playing towards the back of the site. Haven't seen this look yet of EG. What are they going to shift? They've shown a little bit of presence here. They haven't taken the control. What they're hoping is that this smoke on Moto will have prompted Bowden to fall back behind it, the conservative play. But because he stayed here, because he sees that no one is behind this, now the third player is going to rotate. Now DJ's going to come over with a flashbang that he can throw at the perfect time. And that first kill already comes through. Swisher and missed him strike. The flashbang now comes in. The bomb is dropped down. Never did ATK flinch. And it's a clean round. And that's what Bowden gets from calling their bluff.
I mean, you have 2 players, they're almost on 16K, but you're right. Bowden had full visibility the entire time. He's like, guys, they're not here. No one's here. Someone go to B because no one is coming in this direction. And plus, I mean, they could have gone apartments, but at the same time, they needed that reinforcement towards the B site, given how much time was left. Even if you go apps, you still need presence at mid.
If they're throwing that library smoke, they're not trying to fake that they're going apartments, you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah,
That's not a smoke that you necessarily... Because it leaves libraries angled towards apartments exposed, so you throw a moto smoke as opposed to that front library. Okay, Bowden. Okay, he's feeling it now. The ping's not an issue. The later it gets...
It's weird.
It's what time in the morning for Bowden? I think it's... I think
5:45?
It's 6 or 7 in the morning that we're approaching.
6 hours ahead?
6 hours, 5 or 6, depending on the time zone difference. I think it's finally changed over for Europe, so I believe it is now 6 hours ahead. So it's 6:45 in the morning for Bodenmaster, and he is starting to see through the veil of reality. Ping doesn't matter to him anymore. He can predict your position. He knows what you're going to do before you do. In this round, it's a non-starter. EG got nothing. Okay, they got something. EG got something.
You know,
EG got something more.
Than something.
EG getting a little something going here. EG getting opportunities. But DJ, he wants to shut those down, and Bowden actually will do so because he's the man who's seen beyond that next level. And DJ finishes it off.
DJ as well. I mean, DJ continues to be pretty solid here for ATK. He's finally found his rhythm. It took him so very long, but over the last, I'd say, couple of weeks, he's started to look pretty nice here for this ATK squad. Bowden is playing like he usually does. It's so weird. It's like the ping doesn't matter, like you were saying. It's just he's ascended to another realm where the ping does not matter anymore. He's already in Counter-Strike 2, Mike, with the sub-tick system, so he's good to go. 11
he is
to 2.
the ticks, John. 64, 128, sub-tick, Bowden tick. Speaking of Bowden tick, oh my goodness, Bowden. Kill found, no possibility for the trade. It's just relentless here. He's just going to swing out and slaughter. This is 10 rounds in a row already for ATK. Happening? They're looking for 11. ATK are done. That's what's happening. They're ready to move on. They're ready for that final spot in this qualifier. They know they should have done better on Mirage. They're going to make up for that mistake here. So what do you got, EG? Because at this point, there's one player above 5 kills across 14 rounds. That's not good enough. Not even close to good enough.
No. And we wait. Wait for EG to make a decision. 3 players at top of mid, and there's a Molotov thrown. ATK know all too well how EG like to play, so they're saving their util to delay them as much as possible.
Time's going to be such an issue now. The nade even just finds a kill. All right, Rush, you never even get a chance. Bowden, relentless here. All 3 kills into this. Knows where the next is coming. Wants the duel. He's just without fear at this point. He's the Bene Gesserit.
Look at Swisher.
Fear is the mind killer. Bowden is the person killer. Junior. Gonna get one at least, but I mean, this is just consolation at this point. He cannot win the round. It's just to try and save the AWP, and for what purpose? For what purpose, John? These kills have come when the round was already out of hand. What's the point of having an AWP if you can't influence the round with it?
Counter-terrorists win.
I don't know, Mike. What I do know is that ATK are up 12-2 with a chance to go up 13-2 heading into the half. Buy-up won't be that great for EG either. I mean, they should be able to scrape together Galils at a minimum, unless they want to get a much stronger utility buy-up. But even then, they should be able to get the full util, even with the Galils. Yeah, not quite. So a MAC-10 could have been viable here to get more utility in play, but as it stands, they're okay. DJ, gonna toss a nade down. So does his teammate, so doesn't really tank for any damage. Missed him. Ooh, could get caught out here. Nice little boost there. Very quick from Hex to do the damage, but he can't finish Missed him off because the shot is through the wall. Missed him. Waiting patiently, and now he will finally go down. Good job by Hex to finish his food. A 5v4 advantage. Last time EG saw this towards the B site, though, it did not come out with the round. Swisher dealt the blows, and this time he tries to do the same, but Hex evades him and will escape. EG could make an adjustment here.
Oh,
Look at Wreck. Look at Wreck.
Oh, realizes it just in the nick of time.
No.
Nearly gets caught overlooking it. Adjustments, George. Now that deep Molotov, this limits their options. That means that 3 players are going to rotate over for ATK. They're ready for this hit to come. Wreck has given them all the information in the world, but EG have time. Time enough to wait this util, to wait this smoke, to call this bluff. For once they're being allowed to do their slow, methodical style. When do ATK doubt their read? When do they doubt their stack? Rex in a world of trouble if this comes their way.
So big.
Hex just sold this. Hex just sold this, and he killed Bowden as well. He knows that's neither the B anchor, so that's going to propel EG forward. While Hex may die, the rotation needs to be now if they're going to have a chance of this. Rex actually pulled into apps. That's not bad. Because EG might think it's a full stack in this kind of a limited situation. Rex, if we can find the timing for even just one more kill, that would be huge, but
he could get it. He could get it.
He wasn't seen. He gets the kill. They're not going to be able to get towards pit. Let's allow this retake a little bit more spicy. EJ still has to be the hammer, but Wreck, he can be just a little mat to distract. Draw their focus long enough for DJ to get in position to strike. There's the spot. Ooh, Walco's taking him out of play, and DJ's revealed his, but he gets the spray. That was just the radar showing him through.
Yeah.
Rush redoubling into the site. There's no way DJ reads this, right? He's going to expect Rush to have
he has to go.
Moved out towards lane. He's got to go now. DJ, does it clear this? He does not ready for it. Rush on the spot. 3 rounds at least as we go to half.
Hey Future Pros! Last year we saw Furia pull off a never before seen triple boost, so I wanted to show you all how they pulled it off with great success. Setting up a boost like this can be incredibly dangerous, but let's look at the utility thrown that maximized their chances for success. To pull off this boost safely, you will need 3 Future Pros along with 2 smokes and 1 flash. Future Pro number 1. You will be the bottom stool for the boost. Head over to A short. Aim down and position yourself slightly to the right of the bottom sandbag. Then just chill out and wait for your other Future Pros to start climbing. Remember to stay uncrouched as your teammates will be able to jump on your head from short. Future Pro number 2. You will be throwing a deep ramp smoke along with a flash. To throw your smoke, get against the wall of the elevator room. Aim at the corner of this roof tile, then run forward and throw the smoke just before you pass the wall. To throw your flash, stand next to the white section of the wall and aim just to the right of the middle section of the first slabs of concrete. Then simply throw the flash. After that, head to short and scale the head of Future Pro 1, giving enough space for FP3, Future Pro 3, to get on their head too. Then all you need to do is crouch and jump when Future Pro 3 gets onto your head. Future Pro number 3. You will get to sit at the top of the castle. But first you'll need to throw a short smoke to block off the vision of T's who could completely ruin the boost. To throw your smoke, stand next to this corner and aim at the top of the scaffolding in line with this underbeam. Now short is blocked off, you can begin your climb. Hop onto Future Pro 1's head. The movement here is a little tricky as CSGO does not like triple boosts. The goal is to immediately jump once you get onto Future Pro 2's head and strafe onto the railing. But I'd give it some practice offline to get the feel of it. If all things go well and the T's respect your smokes, you will have done it. You are pretty much guaranteed at least 1 frag here, but if the stars align, you'll get much more than 1. But that's it, good luck and happy boosting.
And we're back in here, folks. The hour grows late, especially if you're on the side of evil geniuses. You've got a mountain to climb to get back into this game, and for ATK, this pistol round could just signal the finish line. 12 rounds, a suffocating T side, 11 rounds found in a row. That's astonishing. Let's see if they can make good on it, close things out, and move into that final spot here in the qualifier.
Smoke for the cross. ATK, it seems like they want to go for a fast-paced pace of play as Walco's going to get one onto Swisher. George, along with Rush, doing the damage vector. It's pretty much all Rush. Now George chimes in. Only missed him left standing, and EG looking solid in the pistol again.
Here's the thing, right? ATK have tried to be the blunt instrument in a lot of these T sides. I think they're trying to strip things down maybe from the typical playbook and simplify. The problem is that's involved a lot of stacks. Ooh, this is heard. This is killed. No problem there for Hex. This involved a lot of stacks. It's involved a lot of straightforward plays on the T side, just trying to bowl over EG with full force. And if EG are reading the site they'd rather go to, they're very content to stack and turn. So a little bit of a coin flip, as pistol rounds so often are, but even more than usual, shall we say.
Yeah, and I mean, let's not forget that EG won that pistol round in the first half and only got 3 rounds out of it. So, I mean, it's not necessarily indicative of anything.
No bomb plant, though, means no force buy, so we're not getting the force buy wars early unless somehow 4 Glocks, rather, and a single Deeg lead to some madness. They're chirping those Glocks like crickets as they rock up mid. Juniors just had his bell rung. Uh-oh. Let's get interesting. Let's get weird. That gun's retrieved. Bowden, does he realize there's a player Arch already? Well, he's flashed out. That gun, it's gone for.
Missed him, gets another.
Oh my goodness, he's got sight. He's got sight. The bomb can rotate through apps. They could do a lot with this, dancing around the pillar. Missed him. One more fight towards library, but this isn't a fight I'd want to take with this Deeg right now. Oh, they'll finally put him down. And unfortunately for ATK, they couldn't get the bomb out in the meantime. They're going to get the plant. I think they're going to get the plant. Rex just needs to die to keep them alive, and he's held them at bay. Bomb money made. Full Glocks. That's worth it for ATK.
Yeah, that's fantastic. A couple of nice frags from Missing to open the space for Maps to get that bomb planted. And yeah, I mean, only thing better is winning the round, which is very unlikely given that they brought nothing into it except for those Glocks. So, bomb planted, money gained, full utility, and AKs across the board as a result. And still a 7-round lead to work with on their side. Evil Geniuses not going to upgrade. They need to keep that economy healthy, so it's just going to be a bit of a bonus. Obviously, they had to invest a little bit, but 3 A1Ss, the MP9, and the FAMAS, along with full util. Wildco and Rush below the 1K mark, in fact, below $200. Everyone else still has a decent chunk of change. Junior's going to get a nade toss down immediately. That will do damage to Bowden. He's still okay to hold this position. George jumping up and down. That smoke's kind of guising off his vision right now, but he does manage to see Swisher and will toss nade in his direction, do a little more chip damage from the util. Swisher spots the player boosted on top of half wall and is getting the heck out of here. He does not want to mess around with Banana any longer.
He was a dead man if he waited around. The first casualty will not come just yet. Instead, they'll take his positioning towards top brackets. Force out a Banana. They grab this ground instead. Bullet sailing the other way. Wreck very willing to risk it. Not a lot of luck so far for these swings from Junior. Walko will finally start the party. That's down Banana, but utility being dumped here over and over again. And they know they have Swisher forced here. They should have a good idea. The smoke's out. The flashbang timing is beautiful. And Rush actually catches both of those kills. That was a really nice setup for EG. ATK non-starter here. DJ just looking for some damage. Looking to maybe bring this back into the realm of possibility. We'll find 2. Keep that economy from blooming just yet. The round with 25 seconds and the bomb down, that's a different story. That's a very tough ask. It's being held.
I think it's mostly about damage at this point, Mark, and no more to be found. Hext domes in with the FAMAS, and that will be that 6th round picked up for EG, so they've doubled up on their own score line here from 3 to 6 without allowing that much, in fact, nothing on ATK's side. Still have not secured a round here in this second half. And they will have to just be happy with pistols into this one. A couple of upgrades and make that 3. A Tech 9, 2 Deagles, and a little bit of util for ATK to work with. Maybe getting a little bit nervous with the way this one started out here. In the second half, Mistim's already gained the space, though. They wanted to go aggressive. Swisher eats the nade, but it's okay. They've got the position they were looking for.
They dodge that next salvo. There are mollies here. They're going to be dropped. ATK's away. Surprised the rotation hasn't come in. They're actually predicting that this will be a swing back towards A, but having not gotten that top bracket's presence, George actually just went back and picked up some extra nades. So we've got another whole set to dump here. This is Tough to get past in the choke point. It's always a problem when you don't have much of your own to show. They have a single flashbang. I mean, you could go for a Halls pop here. It's a really good setup for it. Player in graveyard, player deep pit. No molly for the pit either. That's what they're going to do, though. Halls pop on. There's the flash. They're out. Pit player. Good. Can't get the kill. Can't get the kill. Bowden just ducking on down. That's beautiful. And now a third kill found by Mistim as well.
This is a save, probably.
Deep control. The bomb down. You're absolutely right, John. I think this is a save.
Wow.
Okay, so Bowdenmaster knows he's going to be rubbish on the face, so he just jumps and hides his head in pit, which fully focuses the spray of the pit player.
I mean, Hex...
Talk about just playing with your disadvantage, though, man. That's smart CS.
Absolutely. No question. And I mean, Bowden helps his teammates come out and isolate those next fights. And yeah, Hex really couldn't hit anything, and largely in part because, like you said, the ping of Bowden makes it difficult to hit a falling player like that and just is enough of a distraction. Now Walker can't save his gun. George is spotted out. ATK, they're hungry. They want to get these frags. And they will get it. George goes down.
That last flash sent like a distress flare skyward. Just desperation from George as he knows he's in the water and the sharks are circling. Evil geniuses, everything they bought off of the pistol, maybe just going to ruin now. Look at the eco. Look at the economy. They got no money to spare. And that's what happens. We talked about it. It happened on Mirage, too, where DJ was in a round where he was solo dolo and nothing should have happened. And suddenly he finds a couple of kills. And then they suddenly make good on it. And that's exactly what DJ has gotten them here, too. A couple of kills in what should have been a hopeless situation, and suddenly the next round comes a knocking, and the bank is not there to do any talking. Where are all these players? They're all just stacked. Okay, quad stack over towards B. Only rush to try and sell this presence elsewhere. And as soon as Swisher pokes into this, oh, he should know. The Mista might just be here to babysit the gun, but they need to get that bomb over towards A, and they need to get it over lickety-split.
They also need to watch this smoke to make sure Rush doesn't do anything cheeky here, because the bomb might get caught off. Rush is going to poke his head out at the right time. No, he was waiting for the smoke fade. And Mistim's watching it at this point, so Rush should be dead to rights if he holds the spot. And he is. The trades come through. Yes, trade from George, who picked up an AK off the ground, thanks to an earlier kill. So still in the realm of possibility here for EG. Indeed, very spicy as Rek is watching the apartments, seeing if anyone's going to come out there. Molotov gets thrown by Bowden.
That's a little
just
shallow.
Trying to buy enough time. It is, but they should be able to hold on here.
Yeah, I mean, with the ticker going, it's going to be expensive. That's what EG are trying to do at this point. It's about contain. They can't win the round anymore without kits. They can make this very costly for ATK.
You can just go, oh, whoa, Bowden gets dinked, but it's not much. Just the USP.
Rek's not saving.
Nope.
That's what Hex wanted. The living Doja nade. Just one dink to take a player down, knowing he had nothing worthwhile saving himself. Still, economic management only matters so much if you can capitalize on it. But for ATK, they just need 2 more rounds. It won't matter what money they had at the end of the day if they can close here, John.
Same advantage that EG had a Mirage against ATK, and ATK made a run for it. Could not pull it all the way back. Ooh, Junior spotted out a player there over an underpass, but doesn't really connect on the shot. Now Walco's trying to fight at Banana, and he takes down Swisher. As soon as Swisher pokes his head up, Misses managed to sneak through here a little bit into bracket. Junior's watching it, though, and nothing doing at all. 5v3 in favor of EG.
ATK trying to force some of these fights early on. They've had a lot of success with that kind of play, but EG ready for them this time. The guns are up. Buys reinforced. So now it's 1:15 ticking away on the clock, and 3 players from ATK to try and find some inroads. No, Junior was Arch. Likes to play here quite a bit, so decent bet. He's still at hand. XM Rush on the site proper. A Moto Smoke would complete section off Junior. And without that pit presence, it's going to be tough. They're counting on that. They're counting on this misestimation, and Rush ready to capitalize. Hex following it up. Now it's all about damage, if any can be found. DJ, again, the last alive. As he always seems to find himself.
Yeah.
The insurance man, the clutch agent for this team, and he slipped the gap towards the deep pit. 17 seconds. Wants to avoid getting clocked for sure. Even if that happens, he'll still have some cash flow. Makes the move on out. Any damage would be grand, but there's so many to find. Even though he tags up each in turn, it's not enough to find any further kill. A team ace for EG to keep their team fighting here.
Yeah, good hold by EG in the early goings, making it a quick 5v3. Walco spots out Swisher, getting a little too antsy, jumping up on top of the half wall. Then Junior takes down Mistim, who's just trying to gain a little bit of space, but Junior wouldn't allow it. And after that, pretty much all EG. Talked about DJ being the last one alive. He's typically the 4th or 5th man in. He's not taking any opening duels, or very few. I mean, if you look at rounds 1 where DJ found an opening frag, only 6.6% of ATK's round versus Mistim finding an opening frag. They win 28.9% of the rounds when he does that. Walco. Want to take down Swisher. And that will make it a 5v4 early on here for EG, and the money, it's run out for ATK. They got 3 players on $0, and DJ's almost there, only 50. Need to find some kind of response here. As Walco
push the smoke.
He wants to wait for it to fade, I believe, and then he's going to go out.
Still, this is going to get really spicy. It's not being expected at all. Bowden's coming back to look for it, but he's not going to have it on the fade. Walco gets vision a half second early, and especially with Bowden's ping, that is every advantage in the book. Walco almost got there on the retreat, but Mistim can't risk the bomb. Not at this juncture. They need something. Oh, he'll find
no
the
one's
face.
B?
My goodness. Mistim's found 2. Both players down. Banana. Now they've got the chance for the plant. The forced fight out. EG were feeling comfortable. Now it's anything but. The bomb ticking away. This round turned on its head. A chance here. Chance to make something magical happen. And Rek secured here towards Banana. He's given a Molotov as well for the late game. You dump that on. There's only 1 smoke for Rush. That's the only smoke they have available, if I'm not mistaken. Need smoke on the cross as well. They're very slow to get back into this.
There's kits here. Even with kits?
This is really an issue on the time. Missed him. Distracting. He can't stay alive, but if the molly comes through, it's done. It's done. They cannot win this round, and they know it, and they'll all die.
Goodness,
they will all drop and hit the dirt. Rek flawless on the spray, and series point is theirs.
That's the problem with facing off at Deep Banana, right? You do get sometimes 1 frag as a surprise attack, but afterwards you have to fall back. And Walco had lost his reinforcement in George, which means he was the only one guarding that Banana position. No one else on B, because EG gambled and said, look, they're probably going to rotate A, given how much presence we had on the B side. But missed him. He had other plans. He got not only George, but Walco after that, and then just charged on forward to the B site with Rek by his side. And Rek, well, you saw what he did. Perfect timing on the Molotov, no smoke for EG to defuse it, and very little time to even get onto that bomb, because by the time they were retaking, half the bomb timer had already taken away. Look at this damage though early for EG, and they're not the ones to get the opening frag. It's DJ. Rush trades it out, and he gets the second though, dropping down from balcony to drop DJ. 4v3 in favor of EG. It's a little bit light though because of how lit Rush is, but they do have a lot of presence on B, but Swisher does not care. He deletes George. Charging on forward are ATK, continuing to press, but now they're slowed up because of a flashbang.
They know Walco is stuck here. They've been spamming to try and get him, and he's able to slip away. Somehow finds his way between the bullets. Reinforcements are here. It's Junior with the AWP, and on the smoke fade, Junior's going to have a chance on the face, but he misses his opportunity. You're only going to get 1 there. They know they've got Walco pressed into a corner. They know they've got him in, and a 1-for-1 sets up the clutch.
It's not bad.
Sets up the clutch. Missed him. Trying to bet that he knows where this player's coming from, but as he clears Banana, he's bet wrong.
He could still go A, Mike.
He could. That would be one hell of a gamble, but it's the gamble he's going to make. Big brain play coming through from Mistim as Rush starts to wonder, starts to process, thinking, why hasn't this bomb been planted? Panic is setting in. So this bomb's going down. Where does Mr. want to play from? Plants it deep. It'll be exposed to pit, and this is going to be the pit play.
Yeah.
You got to imagine. Apps, though? Oh, apps. Next level.
That's actually really smart because it's not really planning for apps. It'll be the last place that Rush will think of.
He's going to see this bomb, and he's going to think pit. He's going to smoke off pit, and then he's going to be exposed. That's exactly what Missim's counting on. And there's no kit on Rush. There's no kit. He's just going to have to pull him off once. Rush going to commit the... Oh, it's not even on the bomb. Missed him.
No, Rush.
Outthinks him every step of the way. Rush had no idea how to bring that round through. What a play from Missim. What an individual play to seal the deal from the captain. A very deserved spot in the final of this qualifier. It's not done for EG. They go down to the lower bracket. They get a chance tomorrow. But it's just...